CQ Raynet, this is Golf 4, November Romeo Charlie, operated today by Greg, Golf 0 Delta Uniform Bravo, serving as net control for the RAYNET-UK weekly activity net. This net meets each Sunday afternoon at 1600 hours local time and is open to all amateur radio operators interested in emergency communications. The primary purpose of the net is to provide the opportunity for members to test equipment, exchange traffic news, opinions and information, with additional information and announcements on the RAYNET-UK website at www.raynet-uk.net. This is a directed net, which means all calls are to be made to the net control station unless you are instructed otherwise, and all RAYNET-UK operators are invited and encouraged to check into the net. When you do check in, please announce your call sign slowly and phonetically, followed by your name, and if you wish to leave the net immediately after checking in, then please call in and out. Otherwise, if you want to leave after subsequent turns, please make it clear you want to check out at that time. After I've heard a few check-ins, I'll repeat who I've heard. If you're not acknowledged, then please try again. And if you miss your turn to call in, I will call for those at the end of the UK and international sections. So we'll now begin taking check-ins to the RAYNET-UK weekly activity net as usual in call sign number order, starting with any stations with a figure 9 in their call wishing to check in. Please call now. This is G4 and RC. G4 and RC, second call from any nines, over. See, that's of 8 then, station's figure 8 in their call sign, please go ahead, over.
Golf 8 Echo Yankee, G8EEY, name is Mike. Three, 4. Golf 8 Sugar Delta United. Bob, in and out, please.
I see, so I've got Mike, Golf 8 Echo Yankee staying with me, and Bob, Golf 8 Sierra Delta Uniform. Good afternoon to you, and you're in and out. Any other 8s, please? G4 and RC, over. Think heard, so let's have 7s. Station's figure 7 in their call sign, please go ahead, over.
7 Kilo Alpha Golf, Kevin, Southampton. Mike, 7 Victor Sierra Delta, name is Stephen, Dane Valley Group.
Golf 7 November Echo Hotel, G708, good afternoon, Greg.
For an RC, so I've got Kevin, Mike 7 Kilo Alpha Golf, Stephen, Mike 7 Victor Sierra Delta, and Graham, Golf 7 November Echo Hotel. And the other 7s, please, G4 and RC, over. Good, so let's have 6s, station's figure 6 in their call sign, please go ahead, over. For an RC, second call, any stations, figure 6 in their call sign, please go ahead, over. For an RC, nothing heard, lots of 5s, stations, figure 5 in their call sign, please go ahead, over. See, we don't have many 5s in the organisation, we'll go straight to 4s, stations figure 4 in their call sign, please go ahead, over.
G4NRC, G4KUJ, Trevor in Watford. Golf 4 Kilo India Lima Mobile, Philip, South Sussex.
Golf 4 Hotel Uniform Foxtrot. Phil, in and out this afternoon, please, Greg. B4 and RC, so I've got Trevor, G4KUJ, Philip, Golf 4 Kilo and Lima Mobile, staying with me, and Phil, Golf 4 Hotel Uniform Foxtrot, copied in and out. Guess you're on potato peeling, Phil. Okay, thanks for that. Any of the fours, please? Any of the fours, over? Take 3, stations figure 3 and their call sign, please go ahead, over. Golf 3 Zulu Hotel X-Ray, Ian, in and out, thank you, Greg. Zulu Hotel X-Ray, good afternoon, Ian, 732, copied you in and out. Any of the threes, please, G4 and RC, over. So I'll have 2s, stations figure 2 in their call sign, including you, intermediate 2s, please call now, G4 and RC, over. And RC, second call for any 2s, station figures 2 in their call sign, including the intermediates, please call now, over. For an RC, so no 2s, let's go straight to the 1s then. Stations figure 1 in their call sign, please go ahead, over. RC, second call for any stations figure 1 in their call sign, please go ahead, over.
Golf 1, Oscar, Foxtrot, Lima, Aussie, Gravesend, Medway, Raynet, in and out.
One Oscar, Foxtrot, Lima, good afternoon, Aussie, long time no here, and copied you in and out, 7 3s. Okay, let's go to Mike 0 stations of any regional secondary identifier, please, over. G4 and RC, second call for any Mike 0 stations of any regional secondary identifier, please, over. Nothing heard, so it's Golf 0 stations of any regional secondary identifier, please go ahead, over.
Golf Whiskey 0, Juliet, Lima, X-Ray. Good afternoon, Greg. Name is Andy, Raynet, Pembrokeshire. No traffic today, so in and out, please. Over.
Juliet, Lima, X-Ray, G4 and RC returning. Okay, good afternoon, Andy. Good to hear you, and copied you in and out. Take my usual shortcut now. We've got any UK stations who missed their turn to call in that wish to do so. Please call now, over.
Mike 0, Juliet 0, Alpha, Aaron, East Suffolk. Good afternoon, Greg. No traffic in and out today. I was distracted by the wife talking to me, sorry.
Juliet Sierra Alpha, so is that an in and out then, Alan, over?
Yes, no traffic today.
The returning, okay, yeah, there's a difference between having no traffic and actually being in and out. That'll mark you in and out. So let's see if we've got any of our international colleagues on the talk groups today. That's usually Sam Van Stiesten of Norway, Aaron in Ireland, Aries in Slovakia. Any of our colleagues, please. G4 and RC, over.
Lima Alpha 6 India Mike, name is Hans, in and out break.
Lima Alpha 6 India Mike, good afternoon Hans, and copied you in and out, thanks for that. Any station UK or international that's missed their turn to call in then, please go now, over. For an RC, nothing heard. Okay, as usual, the caution that Graham G7NEH is live streaming the net to YouTube today. Past live streams and recordings are available by searching G7NEH. That's a Golf at 7 November Echo Hotel on YouTube. And if you'll hit the like and subscribe buttons, he'll appreciate it because he knows somebody's actually watching the service then. We normally look to the Wireless Telegraphy Act as the main controlling legislation for radio systems. As a current government call for evidence is looking to get opinions on the criminal use of signal jammers to facilitate car theft and possibly amend an upcoming crime and policing bill, as while the Wireless Telegraphy Act prohibits possession of illegal equipment, it's difficult to prove such device was actively used in a crime under the current legislation. It looks like this is going to be a way that closes that gap. Starlink users who may have opted for the lower cost standby mode on their devices to cut costs but stay connected to the system need to look at revisions to their terms of service, as Starlink may now trigger a demand surcharge if the equipment is reactivated in a, quote, congested network area, close quotes. At present, it doesn't appear as if any large parts of the UK are under that congestion charge, though I think they have been in the past. But this can change quickly and not always with any warning, and the costs seem to be high. Finally, the migration and take-up of the RAYNET-UK.net email system as it moved to Google is still being monitored. If you've not logged in yet, please do so. We are aware of an issue where some users may not be receiving the Friday news email, but the more people we get in the system, the more chance we'll get of having good data and understanding whether this is a very localised issue or something more widespread. So let's see what thoughts that provokes from you all this week. Starting with Mike, Golf 8 Echo Echo Yankee G4 and RC, over.
G4 NRC from G8EY. Good afternoon, Greg. Good afternoon, everybody else on the net. Yes, it's an interesting one on the email side of things. Yep, I've had some information on that from Bob, but I think he's managed to get it sorted, and I forwarded the news to him to see if he picks it up via his RAYNET-UK address. We shall find out. I'll give him a ring later. Yeah, over in Norfolk, 14.4 centigrade, 1010 millibars, 47% relative humidity, and 96% cloud cover, and 12 mile an hour winds from 218 degrees. So it tends to be quite pleasant out these days, but if you're in a wind, it can be a bit cool, and the nighttime temperatures do tend to drop. Still the odd frost. Yeah, the only excitement during the week, apart from the fact I'm having difficulty getting my some of my remote systems working here properly, got some weird effects coming on, but the only real excitement was I've got used to old style incandescent bulbs when they go, and also the fluorescent ones when they go, but I had a LED low energy light bulb in my lounge, flickered a bit and then went off with roughly the sound of a small caliber NATO round. Very loud, clouds of smoke and an awful stench. So yeah, they're getting quite impressive now. And just a reminder that the next COM meeting is this week on Wednesday the 15th, from G8EEY.
It's Echo Echo Yankee G4 and RC returning. Okay, yes, it's occasionally blue skies and sunshine up here, but you're right, the nighttime temperatures are still single figures and not pleasant. Walking around Chester yesterday, the wind definitely was also dropping the perceived temperatures, if not the real ones. LED lamps failing, yes, well now that there's more active components in them, the transistors will you want to go with some form of bang. Can't remember much by way of capacitors, it does depend on the size of them. But I've also had quite a few just fail silently, so maybe just one wanted to draw your attention to the lights being out. Okay, on Bob possibly having similar issues on the email. We'll find out as we go around the net and make sure everybody has received the Friday news, just so I can do a small sample of what's going on today. Next, it's Kevin, Mike 7, Kilo Alpha Golf, G4 and RC. Over.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. Yeah, Kevin, Mike 7, Kilo Alpha Golf, a member of the South West Hampshire RAYNET group. I'm having problems with our Gmail because I was given my 2027 membership card before the RAYNET email went out about my 2026 membership card, which I accidentally shredded. I've been trying to contact the guy that's done the migration on the two email addresses that we were given. So I can't log into the whole system. So the deputy controller for Hampshire actually emailed me the Friday news. So is there some way that I can escalate to get my password reset over?
Mike 7, Kilo Alpha Golf, G4 NRC returning. Okay, so got news via others, because you can't get access to the account. If you've emailed the migration address, that is probably the best I can offer at the moment. I am not sure, I know I used to be able to, but I don't think I can now, be able to access your old ID card numbers, which will just give you the number you accidentally shredded. So I've no idea, Kevin. I'll see what I can do just to promote the issue and see if I can find an alternative route for you. Because that's probably the best way we've got. If you're already talking to the migration team, that's as high as it can go because they're the ones with the fix. But I'll try and see if that works for you on the second round. Stephen, Mike 7, Victor Sierra Delta, G4 and RC, over.
G4 and RC, this is Mike 7, Sierra Delta. Very good afternoon to all on the net. Yeah, email's working fine. Received the Friday news again as usual, so that's all ticking over rather nicely at my end. Just testing out a new radio. This is a Pheonix.
Mike 7, Victor Sierra Delta, G4 NRC, you dropped out after saying got a new radio, over.
G4 NRC, Mike 7 Victor Sierra Delta. Yeah, I noticed the dropout on the dashboard. Yeah, it's a new radio. It's an Anytone 878 UV2 Plus that I'm using. I suppose you couldn't get a longer radio name. I wonder what the next version of this radio is going to be called. Probably something even longer. But it's working well so far, and this net's just confirmed that all the imports for the contacts has worked because you're all appearing as you should. G4 NRC, Mike 7 Victor Sierra Delta. That was it for this round. Back to you, Greg.
G4 G4RC, returning to Spot 7 Victor Sierra Delta. Okay, well, audio was fine. Glad the code plug import worked, but you dropped out after saying that your importing of contacts had worked. So, other than 2 dropouts in there for indeterminate reasons, I'm not sure what's going on. So, I think you're going to be coming in through GB7HM. Maybe you can confirm that on the next one. Okay, we only have 3 more stations on the list. So, Graham, G7NEH, G4NRC, over.
G4NRC, G7NEH. Good afternoon, Greg. Good afternoon to all on the net. Last week's viewing figures for the net were 21 views and 1 like. And I'll let you know this week's viewing figures on the next round. So yeah, not a lot else to add from this end. I think I've finally got the OBS sorted out on the Mac to give us decent audio on YouTube. So there we go. Yeah, nothing else to add. I'll just give you the viewing figures on the next round. G4NRC, G7NEH.
G7NEH, G4NRC returning. Okay, well, I think there's a comment just appeared on the. I haven't got your stream open live as such, it's just in preview mode. So if anybody has got any comments on the audio, for Graham's benefit on the stream, real time, be good to give him that feedback. 21 views is more like what we were expecting on average, so that's back to where we should be, so that's fine. And yes, I am now looking at new laptop, so maybe I'll be able to do some other stuff myself as well at some stage. Okay, Trevor, G4KUJ, G4NRC, over.
G4NRC and the group, G4KUK. Yes, good afternoon, Greg and everybody else on the net this afternoon. Let's deal with the email first. I did not get the news this week again. I am in active email conversations with the migration team member, and I did get an email yesterday saying please see if you've got your email from Friday, and I hadn't, so that's gone back into limbo. I'm getting external mail addressed to my email account is working fine. Outgoing is working fine. And according to the records, apparently I'm registered to my group, and that in due course is registered, and I'm registered to the members, the all members or whatever it's called group, so that I should be getting the email. On the radio front, just keeping an eye on the dashboard. Today I'm going in via Vodafone 4G GSM through my travel router, and I also tried a facility on there which I've known about, but I haven't tried before, which is that you can prioritise internet sources, starting with Ethernet, and then I've got the Wi-Fi to the GSM, and it works very well. Just unplug the Ethernet cable and it transfers over absolutely straight away, which is great. And the other thing which I've done this week, having finally been happy with my automatic ATU, which I dug out of the cupboard after about 20 years, the LDG one, that's only run by software, and proved that you just throw it some RF and it tunes once you've set the frequency in the memory. So I tried setting up my backdoor system so that it would scan between different bands to look for an incoming signal could connect on any of the bands I'm scanning on. And thanks to you, Greg, for testing that. Okay. Back to you from G4K UK.
G4KUJ, G4NRC returning. Okay, yes, in theory, I think my SGC Auto ATU should be able to remember its prior settings. What's beating me at the moment is that the end-fed W3EDP, let's call it for what it is, because it's not a random wire, not a half-wave. The SWR of that varies on the manual ATU from night to night, so I'm not sure whether it's swinging around in the wind or something else is changing, so I'm not sure me switching back to that would actually help matters for me being more frequency agile rather than the manual ATU. Something I have just looked at as a video, and the name is going to evade me, but a Canadian manufacturer, I think, / hope, is doing a lightweight polyester rope with copper strands in it, especially in the core. So it's a poly rope on the outside and stranded copper on the inside, which makes it really, really lightweight as a cable for usually for parks in the air use. But the comment was made that it has no sag because it has almost no weight. And I am wondering whether something like that I could pull a little tighter to allow the antenna to clear some of the obstructions around the garden and on the roof. Might stop some of the variability, but it's just something in the mind. Okay, thanks for that. Last one on this round is Philip, Golf 4 Kilo India Lima, mobile G4NRC.
G4NRC, G4KIL mobile. Currently on the M4, having not long joined the M4 from the M4 going east, from the M5 going north. I'm not driving, so not too. Most of the copy has been pretty good. Occasionally a bit of a dropout, so if you get dropout, that might have occurred. Also working through through 4G. In my case, it's the O2 network, which is Tesco's, is carrying on. Yes, don't think I got the newsletter this week. I must admit, I only vaguely noticed that I had it. I just had a look a moment ago. It hasn't been forwarded to the email I'd have it forwarded, so I haven't checked on the Gmail one to see if it came in on there. As far as I know, I set up forwarding and checked it. So I will need to check on that and perhaps feedback so if that's the case. I knew I would make the HFNet last week because we had a local RAYNET event on Tuesday evening, but hopefully I'll be able to be on it on this coming Tuesday, and hopefully for the rest of the month as well. That's it for the moment. G4NRC, G4KIL.
4 Kilo India Lima, G4NRC returning. Okay, 4G02 MiFi holding up well, just a couple of dropouts, or glitches, sorry, not really dropouts at the end of that. So that was fine. Thanks for the info on the mail forwarding. I'm not getting the news. Yeah, if you let me know, then I will try and figure out escalating this or seeing what the solutions are. It is being actively investigated, but there is a few strange things going on, and I think, as I've said in previous weeks, if anybody is still using Outlook via Office 365 online, please try not to. Mail might go out to external addresses, but you may not get internal email. But if you're sending email to another RAYNET-UK address, it may go there, but only on the Office 365. It won't get through to Gmail. So there is still talk of doing another data swap to make sure that any missing mails on one service from the other get caught up with. HFNet's only general comment is that over the last few days the number of sunspots facing the Earth has dropped. I saw something that said this was the lowest sunspot or solar flux number that's been around for some time. So the death knell of the current solar cycle was being sounded, and I really hope not, because it was a whole summer to play with this. But yes, conditions will be changing. Okay, thanks for that, Philip. We'll go back to the top for any final thoughts then. It starts with Mike, Golf 8 Echo Echo Yankee, G4 and RC, over.
G4 NRC from G8EEY. Well, I must admit, all my forwarding seems to be working. So far, I've had nothing actually arrive in my Zone 4 account, so I can't prove that works apart from talking to myself. Otherwise, it all seems to go. Well, thanks for running the net, Greg. And 73s to all on net. And see you Wednesday night from G8EEY.
8 Echo Echo Yankee, G4 and RC returning. Yes, I need to put something in for the agenda, so I shall have to focus my mind on that later on tonight. The only downside, I think, next weekend, just a warning to folks, it's basketball again, so for the next 2 weeks of nets will be time constrained. Just to think ahead, you might have noticed a little more relaxed today. Right, Kevin, Mike 7 Kilo Alpha Golf. I still don't think I can get access to what we need to do, so I'll have to try some devious means to get your old card number for you. Mike 7 Kilo Alpha Golf, G4 and RC, over.
M7 KAG. I've received. Thanks, Greg.
G4 and RC. Okay, thanks for that. So I'll drop you an email if I can find the right number. Okay, continuing his radio testing, Stephen, Mike 7 Victor Sierra Delta, G4 and RC, over.
Right. Yeah, no. Seems to be working well so far. And, yeah, audio's good. Mike 7 Victor Sierra, is somebody else blipped in there on the recording channel. Yeah, so all working well, and going back to the original point about putting these things that you can use in the cars, the Flipper Zero device comes to mind. That has its legitimate uses, but also can be used by certain persons for dodgy purposes, shall we say. Yeah, so we shall we'll have to see what happens with that one, over.
Like 7 Victor Sierra Delta, G4 and RC. Yeah, lots of audio disruption on that mission, Stephen. So I think I did ask whether you're coming through the repeater or not to figure out what the possible path loss is. So if you're getting good audio, then great, but on that over, it was not that pretty from you, I'm afraid. I do think it's down to the RF path between you and the local repeater. And Flipper Zeros, yes, I did see a while ago there was a successor to the Flipper Zero, or it could even have been two of them, that had been developed, which, given some legislation in other countries that has banned the devices by name, kind of made life a little difficult, so they just rebrand it and something else will come back, which may be why that change in law of jammers, or proposed change in law of jammers, might be a little bit more agnostic. Okay, thanks for that, and good luck with the new radio. And Graham, how are we doing for views this week? G7NEH, G4 and RC, over.
G4 NRC, G7NEH. Okay, views this week. We've got 4 concurrently viewing, and we've had 12 views in total, with one like that's just popped up on the on the dashboard here. And yeah, just for Stephen's information, I've had one of those radios for a while now, which is what I'm using now, and I'm very impressed with it. The only thing I haven't played about with much is the APRS, but I'll have to give that a go. And I know I've got to update the firmware at some point as well. But yeah, very good radios and very well made. Okay, that's it from me, Greg. Thanks for doing the net, and I will catch you in the week. G4NRC, G7NEH.
G7NEH, G4NRC. Actually, I should see you tomorrow, shouldn't I? As I recall, so I'll see you then. I'll just drop you a WhatsApp when I get to the venue. Okay, thanks for that, Graham. And Trevor has reminded me that buried underneath this stuff on the desk is my own Wi-Fi, which I will need to get a more permanent system set up for travelling around. So that might be another one of my missions to put onto the medium-term planning list. G4KUJ, G4NRC, over.
G4NRC, G4KUJ. Just going back to the Gmail situation, my forwarding is not working, despite the fact that it's indicating that it's all set up. I have had a suggestion from the team that to disable it and then put it back on again, but I haven't actually done that yet. And the other thing I'm missing is the corporate facility, whereby if you just put in the to box a Christian name or first name, you should see everyone who's got a corporate address, their details pop up, and then you select which one. I've done a bit of digging, and that should be a feature of Gmail for a managed system, as far as I can tell, and I've passed on that the information on that link to the team. So we'll see what happens on that. But they are definitely working on things. So that's about it from me. Oh no, that cord with the wiring, I saw that advertised somewhere recently as well, but I can't remember what. I can't remember where. Anyway, cheers for now. All being well, we'll be around next week, next Sunday. G4NRC, G4KUJ, and thanks for running the net.
Okay, UJ, G4NRC returning. Okay, as I've said, I think in the past, I'm not expecting that corporate facility to work, given I'm using different mail clients, so they won't reach into the system. If I log into Gmail as a web client, I might give it a go, because one of the cautions is, while it might be available on the Gmail managed system, there do appear to be some differences between what's available on a fully paid for and managed system and what's available on a charitable managed system. For example, the ability to record Google Meet meetings, which is there for some customers but not for us, and that's been checked. And that's why we're retaining teams for group controllers and otherwise, so they will still have access to that kind of facility. Okay, thanks Trevor. We'll catch up with you through the week, and we finish off the net this week with Philip, Golf 4 Kilo India Lima Mobile, G4NRC, over.
G4NRC, G4KIL mobile. Yeah, okay, yeah, very good, Greg. I had you have a look on the laptop while between the last over. So the newsletter did come in on the Gmail on the laptop, so I need to try and work out why it didn't forward. Seems particularly odd because there was some Sussex Resilience Forum stuff on there as well, which I thought I had seen on there, but I'll have to have a look. So anyway, it did get through to the main Gmail one, so that's pretty good there.
Very good. I'll say 73s. Oh, you were talking about the rope, weren't you? And it did occur to me with that, if there's only a thin amount of copper in and it's covered with the other rope, is there a danger on the current nodes? It might get rather hot and melt the rope. Just a thought. It depends obviously what power you're going to put in. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Say 73. Thanks for running the net, Greg, and hopefully speak to you on HF on Tuesday if you're up. G4 NRC G4K. I'll listen to the internet. Clear.
KIL G4 NRC returning. Okay, right. So did get through but wasn't forward. Is that the kind of information I think will help do some of the diagnosis of what's going on? So thanks for that. This mix of poly/wire rope. There's a reasonable amount of wire in it. Yes, interesting thoughts. Will it melt? But you could argue the same with any of the other PVC wires, where PVC covered wires, where they will go at sort of 70 or 90 degrees C. I don't think anybody's noted those showing current nodes or whatever, or voltage nodes, probably more likely for breakdown and flashover. So interesting thought. I went to two websites for the place. One said it was on back order, and the other one said I could get it in lengths of 50 or 100 feet and so on. But I just wasn't really floating my boat immediately to spend something like 70p a foot on wire. It did make it look a little bit scary, which is why I was looking for positive advantages. Okay, thanks for that. Very short net this week, even though we weren't time constrained. But thanks everybody for taking time out of your schedules to take part today. I'll bring the net to a close, so be careful and have a good week. And until next Sunday afternoon at 1600 hours local time, I'll close the RAYNET-UK weekly activity nets on talk groups 23531 on Pheonix and Brandmeister, and 5023531 on the RAYNET-UK system, and return those talk groups to being an open net rather than a directed net. 730, this is Golf 4 November Romeo Charlie now closing, and reverting to my normal call sign of Golf 0 Delta Uniform Bravo. Bye bye.